One.
And welcome. It's your boy, Dinzrads, to the Secret Podcast. Episode. Wait, hold on. What is the, welcome everyone to Even More Secret Podcast. Episode 10. Milestone issue.
That shit almost made me pass out, bro. I'm gonna do that so hard one of these podcasts. I'm literally about to just fucking slump.
Because all your blood is getting stolen.
Yeah. Holy shit. Okay.
So,
whew.
Shout out the Even More Secret Podcast. People said we wouldn't make it. People said we wouldn't make it to 10 episodes.
That's exactly what they said.
They said that repeatedly and annoyingly. You know, we've had our haters over the years.
For sure, for sure. Our detractors, as it were.
Like, we're about to, like, we're running up on 2 years. Like, in, like, 3 months.
That's pretty wild.
Pull up, bro. Pull up, bro. I wish you would. Feel me?
And in, like 20 weeks, we'll have done 100 episodes. We'll have made 2 full years worth of episodes of this show.
Here's the question.
Uh-huh.
Now,
stop. I don't like the face he's making.
Stop me if you heard this before. You feel me? At 100 episodes, do we make the Secret Podcast sex tape? Look, all I'm saying is, don't doubt the tongue game. You feel me?
Yeah, would you let Chris eat your asshole?
Yeah.
Now I have a question. I was talking with my friend after we came back from this thing today, and we were asking. Cause I found out that someone I know, it's not somebody I like know very personally, but someone I know, is not only bi, but has been fucked in the ass. This is not you, Zed.
Oh, okay.
This is someone like I know tangentially. Do you know what
Zed
I mean?
was like, who the fuck is leaking, bro?
Yeah, I was like, bro, you can't just be putting like my business out there.
Zed, I don't believe has been fucked in the ass. I could be wrong.
By
another person.
I also believe. Hold on, I'm stun locked. Okay. I also believe Zed does not want to be fucked in the ass.
No, I think Zed wants to get fucked in the ass.
I disagree.
Not only do I think Zed,
I had a conversation with the inner me, and we both agreed that that's probably not something that's gonna happen.
Because like
here's the thing, like
no, you got to think about the men that Zed's attracted to. They don't just fuck you; they ruin you.
But that here's the thing: they don't get ruined.
That is true. That is true.
Bitch, compared to the men he's attracted to. Like Zed would roll up in prison. I don't think if Zed. I've been watching a lot of this show called 60 Days In on Hulu. I recommend it. It's fucking hilarious. Like, they take humans, right, and they put them in cages with the rest of the animals. And by that, I mean jail. And so they put them in there, and these are regular people, you know what I mean, who've probably never even seen a drug deal happen for weed, let alone actually, like, seen or committed crimes. So They get put in jail, and they are immediately sniffed out. Like, immediately. Zed, I feel... would be, and this is I'm just being real. I think you would get raped in prison, like in prison, within the hour.
But you gotta understand, like Zed.
Hold on.
Wait. Hold on, I'm defending you here. Zed, is he a soy boy? Sure. Is he a bitch? Sure. Is he unlikable? No, I'm just kidding.
Defended? No. Like, what the fuck?
Okay, but what I was gonna say is like you act like this nigga ain't like 7'8" with the hands the size of Galactus's hands.
Sure.
Like that's not easy to rape.
Zed in a prison is a small lad.
I don't know if that's true.
No, I will give you that, but if they try if someone rapes me, it's not easy. They don't get it's not gonna be easy.
You're gonna let's keep it
I'm
real,
probably getting raped. I'm not saying I'm not getting raped.
You're definitely getting raped, but let's keep real. Why get raped? Why not just accept your fate and have fun?
I want to see this. I want to see Matt and like a fucking a group home or whatever the fuck you put rape victims at or some shit, and then Matt's just like, so at no point in your head you were just like, This could be a good time if you spin it correctly.
Like, but actually think about it. If somebody runs up on Zed, they think he's a bitch, and instead of like being like, no, don't fucking rape me, like he's just like, yeah, daddy, yes, and like and gets into it, starts like you know how, like sometimes your bitch just sits there and gets fucked, and sometimes she like hits back with it,
Right.
You know what I mean? Like she sends the booty back to meet with your dick. Right?
Sure.
What if you started doing some of that too? It's like you're working his cock a little bit. He's gonna like get flaccid on instantly.
Because like I think a lot of the reasons, now I'm doing a case study on this, so a lot of the reasons why people rape is for the power dynamic. So they might just want to feel stronger than you, but if you're just like, fuck yeah, bro, and then you just be like, no, I'm not into this.
You actually a fag?
Fucking me in the ass is like, you fucking faggot ass nigga.
He just throws you off like, you gay nigga, what the fuck?
All right, but in all reality, we're all getting raped in prison.
Oh, I'm getting pulled by the hair.
Because here's the thing, me and Chris have about 20 minutes, give or take, to make friends by being funny with the biggest dude we can find, and just hope he doesn't want to rape us too.
That Detroit Become Human timer pops up on your
exactly
shit.
Like my keys to survival, right? Like I walk into prison and it's like the missions menu pops up in my HUD and I have two options. Okay, find a nigga that's gonna laugh at my jokes, that's gonna protect me, or two, join the Vatos.
See, I don't think the Vatos let you in.
I'm a Vato.
I don't think either of us constitute as a Vato.
I am a Vato. I'll be like,
here's the thing: you're gonna roll up in your Adidas looking ass. They're gonna be in their Cortezes, and they're going to be able to instantly sniff out the fact that you're not a true Vato.
I'm gonna be like,
damn, wait a minute.
I'm gonna be like, oh your arms, how you doing? I'm gonna get the tears at it. You feel me? I'm gonna be like,
but they're gonna be like, I'm sorry, what?
You know, I'm from the outside.
I find that a tad bit racially insensitive.
And for that, I think I'm gonna take your kidney and then just with the shift.
Start MS-13ing your ass.
Yeah.
Have you seen the videos of like these people that are like literally in prison, like watching Netflix and shit? Like it used to be like you had to smuggle your drugs into prison, but now these niggas are like smuggling TVs in, bro.
No, dude. Okay, so I've been watching this fucking show, right? We've watched 2 seasons of it now.
Okay.
And dude, like I almost kind of wish I got sent to jail.
Right. Like it sounds like free Netflix subscription. I ain't gotta pay. Bet.
Dude, like, let me just lay out what jail actually is. Like, actually, tell me what you guys think jail was before we had this conversation. I thought jail was pretty much prison. I thought I'm locked in a jail cell all day. I don't think I even get a book. Like, I think I'm pretty much sitting there beating my meat on a timer. Like, just trying to get through the day.
Yeah.
That's what I thought jail was going to be. And I thought in between my timers, I was going to be getting raped incrementally.
Right.
Whatever word I'm looking for.
Incrementally.
There we go. That's what I thought jail was. Turns out that's prison.
Yeah.
Now jail, you do have like there are like quote unquote cells with no bars or doors. Right? It's just like really like a Hobbit hovel. You know what I mean? With 4 bunk beds and in the back a bathroom. Now those bathrooms are shared between all the inmates.
Gotcha.
But because there's no guards in there, right? It's just prisoners. Like a dude can be like, "No, you cannot use my bathroom." Black. And then everyone's just like, "Oh, well, I guess I'm black, so I have to shit out here in the open."
Interesting.
Like if you get accidentally sent to like the racial cells, you know what I mean? Like the racial pod, as they refer to them. So anyway, there's those. So like there's probably like 16 like cells with 4 bunks in them that you could potentially get. But more than likely, there's not going to be an open bunk when you get into the cell, or when you get into the C pod or B pod or D pod or whatever the fuck. So you go in there, and you might be able to find a bunk that's laid outside. Like there's bunk beds that are like laid out in like the common area. You might be able to get one of those, but you might not even be able to get one of those, and you might have to lay on the floor, which is like that's probably the lamest it can get. But there's a TV, right? That everyone can watch. The remote control is in the fucking room for them to use. So they get to pick what they watch. So like, I shit you not, there was a part where like they were all like, "What's on at 10?" And they were like, "Oh, Keeping Up with the Kardashians." Oh shit! Like I was like, "What?"
Lock me up.
Like I always thought like niggas would like come out of jail and they'd be like, "Yo, I didn't know the Patriots won the Super Bowl." Like I thought like you didn't know shit. Like
I thought the iPhone 10 was gonna be announced when I was in jail or something. Like,
okay, so
but
now,
one sec.
okay.
Just turns out you can also Skype with people for $6 every 15 minutes. Skype.
Bro, that sounds like a vacation.
You can phone. You get free phone. All you have to do is type in your little PIN number, and then you call who you want. And there's a big little like iPad type thing where you can order commissary items. Now you'd think like maybe I could order some some extra soft toilet paper or something. No, you can order fucking like ramen noodles. They have a microwave. You can order like literally almost anything. Soda. Five Guys.
So
somebody said if you'd have got locked up, you still could have done the podcast from jail.
Okay, so if the difference between jail and prison, like jail's where you go like if you're just like a nobody, right? But then you go to prison if you actually did something. Like that's the difference.
Like I think most people who commit felonies go to prison.
Right, and then jail's for like if you're still going through your trial, or if you're
still going through your trial and you can't post bond, or if you had like a misdemeanor, like a non-violent crime most of the time.
And I'm pretty sure jail, like you don't go like long stints in jail, right? It's not like 10-year jail sentences.
Yeah, like you might have like a year.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it's usually like a year or so, but like you're not catching like the 25 to life in jail.
Yeah, probably no. You definitely go to prison for that.
Yeah,
but like the one thing that did seem pretty lame is they only get an hour in quote unquote like rec room. Like it's supposed to be their outside time, but it's literally just a rec room. Like they don't see sunlight while they're in there.
I don't see sunlight now.
That shit depresses me. Like without sunlight, like I kind of don't.
All I'm saying is like jail low-key looking like the wave. I'm not gonna lie.
Low-key. Now they started holding like kangaroo court and shit, right? Where like somebody would be like, "He a snitch," and everybody would be like, "All rise, Honorable Judge Frodo residing." And like this guy who's like nicknamed Frodo would walk in and he'd be like, "Guilty," and walk back out, and everyone beats the shit out of the dude. And then he walks out like stumbling over, and the cops come in and they're like, "Hey, what happened to you, man?" And he's like, "I fell," and like falls and hits his head. So like, it's fucking crazy. One of them had a cell phone. A cell phone.
Bro, this
snuck in. They were doing meth. They were sneaking in drugs through the food, like the trays. Like it's insane.
Because like you watch shit like Orange is the New Black, and you're like, this don't even seem like. Well, the difference is that in Orange is the New Black, they're in actual prison, but yet they still got like they just be watching TV and shit. So like that's kind of crazy. But like I always watch those shows, and I'm just like, right, but like this don't happen. But fuck it, apparently it be happening. Now I have a question for you guys. This is big facts, small facts, or fake news, okay? Now, I think this one will be unanimously big facts, okay?
Okay.
And I think you guys might not even know that some people do this certain thing, okay? If you put your bread in the fridge, you're a freak.
Big facts.
Oh, that's huge facts.
Okay, because I went like 21, 22 years of my life not knowing this was a thing. And then like one day I go to my friend's house, right? And I'm just like, "Yo, you got something to drink?" He's like, "Yeah, just open the fridge, go get it." I'm like, "Sure." I'm like waltzing over. I'm like, "Man, better fucking get me a Yoo-hoo or some shit." I open up the fridge and I see fucking bread in there. So I'm like, "Hey, did your like little brother like put bread in the fridge by accident or some shit?" He's like,
you guys?
Yeah, he's just like, "Nah, you put it in there to keep it fresh." And I'm just like, keep it fresh. I don't, I don't know if that's necessarily the motive. I'm not gonna lie.
Like I work at a restaurant, and we don't refrigerate the bread. We just wrap it up, and then it's big chilling. You don't got to do all that, bro.
Like it is a real thing though.
Yeah, and then like if
I'm
you
just not extra.
yeah, like that's just I did not know that was a thing, and when I saw that, I was quite honestly perturbed. I was just like,
a good word for what you were.
I was just like, bro, this ain't it.
I am in the mood for a good sandwich. Right? Tomorrow I think I'm going to go to the store. I'm going to get some groceries. And one of those groceries, or some of those groceries, are going to be like a nice baguette, like shit. You know what I mean?
Like
that I'm going like
nice
I'm going to get
sandwich.
a bread.
Yo.
A bread. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One bread.
I feel you. Shout out to A bread.
I'm going to cut the bread into slices. I'm going to take them. I'm going to put them on their sides. And I'm going to put some like good deli honey ham and salami, I've decided. With on a bed of lettuce.
Yeah.
Little bit of light mayo. And just a few very small little droplings of tomato.
No cheese on that joint?
Cheese. I knew I was missing something. Provolone cheese, I will add.
That's a sandwich.
And I'm going to have a gastronomic orgasm.
Would you call yourself a sandwich artist?
No.
No? That's what the Subway employees got to call themselves.
Yeah, that's some questionable shit.
Unfortunate.
I would say, like, for me, when it comes to, like, the cheeses, right? If you're getting, like, an actual sandwich, like a real sandwich, like how Matt is making tomorrow, you got to get provolone or you're a cop, okay? But
cops definitely do get pepper jack. I've heard that through the grapevine.
But if it's just like a regular ass sandwich you make at home, just 2 slices of bread, for me, I just go American on that one because it's
you gotta go American on that.
provolone.
I hate American
it gives it that real like poverty taste,
right?
Dude,
like it gives it that
American
hearty
cheese.
poverty taste.
I want a cheese sandwich. What do you call those things? Hot cheese sandwiches?
A grilled cheese sandwich.
That thing. Dude, I want a grilled cheese sandwich now. Grilled cheese sandwich and some soup. But maybe a couple different kinds of cheese on it. Maybe a provolone and a pepper jack cheese. Now, have you ever had a... Dude, I'm going to go crazy at the grocery store tomorrow. Do you need groceries, Chris? I don't think I'm going to go tomorrow, actually. I think maybe I'll go Monday. I don't know. Feel that.
Dope. Happy to be here.
What was I saying?
You talking about? You said
have you ever had a hot cheese sandwich with tomato, Zed or Chris?
You
mean like tomato on the sandwich?
Yeah, in the cheese.
No.
See that is actually game changing shit.
I could see that being the wave.
It is game changing shit. Like that added texture and shit, like it. And then when you're having grilled cheese sandwiches, the correct soup to eat is vegetable, like orange soup.
Tomato soup?
No, you mean like tomato soup?
No, vegetable. I don't like tomato soup.
Usually people eat grilled cheese with tomato soup.
Yeah, but those are fiends.
I feel you.
That's what people eat when they're running low on their meth supply.
I see.
Yeah. But I, as neither a fiend nor a cop, eat the correct vegetable soup. Like that, like minestrone. Didn't I make you buy that, Zed or Chris?
Minestrone?
Yeah, that minestrone. I think what you called it. You remember when we got soup?
Like the progressive soup?
Yes.
You did make me buy that, correct?
You didn't eat it.
Have I tried it? I don't remember. It's been a while since I still have like fucking cans I haven't used yet, so I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Who's to say?
Who's to say? Well, I also think what am I gonna be? What would you like to eat this week, Zed?
You know, I usually go pretty simple with just like some ramen. You know, I fuck
Bro,
with ramen.
I'm not gonna lie. It got to the point where I had like a full bowl of ramen, and I was so tired of eating ramen that it literally made me full after like two like forkfuls. I'm just like, I can't do this. I can't take this shit no more. Look at that.
I can't take this shit no more, man.
Jesus Christ.
No, but like, I feel that. Yeah, you need to. What's the word?
But ramen just be like on the price range, bro.
Right, but like you need to expand your price range, or not price range, but your horizons. Like we still have like all that chicken that we bought from like a month or two ago in the freezer.
That might not be good anymore.
That's not how that works.
Like you could just have chicken forever?
Not
like,
forever, but
like it's like when they give you a date on those things, it's use or freeze by.
Ah, okay.
Right? So like let's say we got it on the 4th and it said use or freeze by the 8th. If we unfreeze it, we would have 4 more days.
I smell you.
Do you see what I'm saying? So you're good. My mom would be having frozen meats up in the fridge for too long. Like
give me a,
I don't even want to guess. Like
3 to 5 months.
Nah, yeah, definitely. I thought you were gonna say years.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say years, and I was like, yeah, that's nobody does that, right?
Surely not.
Like no. Actually, my grandma, like she had like one of them freezers that was in like the garage, you know.
Yeah.
And like you would go in there, and I swear to God, there was like some chicken in there the other day that I think has been there since I was 5 years old.
That is absolutely fucking.
It's
foul.
16 years. I'm pretty sure this chicken breast has been in the goddamn freezer.
Eat it.
No, I'm cool.
A little salmonella never hurt anybody. Is salmonella painful?
That chicken got killed before the Carter 3 drop, bro. Like, I'm not eating that shit.
That's interesting. I have an interesting, possibly an interesting video you guys might appreciate.
Okay.
Hit me with your best shot. Boom. Fire away.
I just gotta find it.
Real quick while you're looking for it. My homie bought an HTC Vive, you know?
Shout out JD.
Yeah, shout out JD. And so, you know, I thought I'm probably never going to buy one of these things, so I'll go play it, you know? And that Beat Saber game is fun as fuck.
The thing is, like, VR is always mad fun. And then once you put it down, you're like, never playing it again. Because, like, I remember my brother got the Oculus Rift. And then I remember I talked about it on the podcast, my experience with it when I was fucking, like, yoking up robots, shooting over them and shit. The most fun I've ever had in a while. Never played it again. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I don't know.
Now,
go ahead.
This is the first clip. I'll probably have to find another one. But you can go ahead and get on 0 in this video.
I can probably show it to the stream as well. So
Cool.
Because I feel like this one is going to be very visually based.
Yes, this one.
I am on 0.
Good.
Actually, fuck that video. We're going to watch this one instead. This is closer to the one I was looking for.
Okay. Okay, I already got a second peek at it. And,
yeah, I'm on 0.
All right.
Oh, whoops.
So this video is of a 10-year-old boy at a homosexual pride parade. That's sexual pride. 10. Gay. Pride.
Now, what that mouth do is the question we're all
I was
asking.
going to say, speaking of gay pride. Oh, my God.
Get your $5 worth, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what I mean? The Even More Secret podcast is a very visual podcast. If you aren't a $5 patron, are you missing out? The answer is yes, most definitely. So we're at 0?
Yes.
And the idiots can see it?
Yep.
Great. If you can't see it, go to patreon.com/secret podcast and go ahead and sign up for the $5 tier of Patreon. So you can watch the Even More Secret podcast 2 weeks before it comes out, and you can actually watch it visually. Anyway, here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
I thought gay people were supposed to be able to dance.
It's like dodging bullets, if anything.
Where is this at? Oh, Brooklyn.
They let gays in Brooklyn?
I mean, look at that nigga in the back with the tank top on, bro.
Oh, he getting it, bro.
Fresh out too, bro. That's just crazy.
Now, if you find this uncomfortable, trust me, you're not alone.
Dude, how do they? That's a 10-year-old kid. Like the thing is, like I think people like take the gay pride thing, like too far. Because like you should be proud of what you are, no matter what you are. Obviously, every human in the world would agree with that. But like when you're a 10-year-old kid being like, I like dick. Like you gotta understand, like that's a right. That is a child expressing sexual. You know that's not.
It's
like
is it sick?
Yeah, it's not the fact that it's gay. Like nobody gives a fuck. It's sexual, right?
Yeah, that's sexual nature of it, regardless of
exactly
preference. Like if it was a straight pride parade and there was some girl walking around,
like I love cock, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
right?
Like, everyone would be like, "Whoa!"
Exactly. Yeah, that's just
questionable.
That's a bit upsetting.
Can we just like this is going to be quite possibly a little bit controversial.
Okay, here we go.
This might be what like the right people think when they say like that like gay people are amoral. Like to find a 10-year-old jutting around and being sexual and like jutting his shit out and like thrusting sexually and like doing this shit to most people is a little bit repugnant.
Yeah.
As it should be, because you are not wired to find a 10-year-old sexually attractive. And a 10-year-old shouldn't be like acting out sexual bullshit. It shouldn't be a part of any sexual movement.
Yeah, like if you're out here talking about like, yo, shout gay pride, blah blah blah, like I'm trying to take dick tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? And you're all congregating around a 10-year-old, that's just not the wave. You know what I'm saying?
That's not a good look, as it were.
Like let's say for example, I'm strutting around. Like let's say this is a different utopia. Gays have taken over. Okay, they are harpooning straights by the dozens in the streets. So then I walk around, I'm like, yo, fuck that. I'm about getting me some pussy. And then I got a 10-year-old girl marching with me like I'm trying to get dicked. Hold up.
Yeah, wait a minute now.
Maybe I deserve that harpoon.
Quite possibly.
You know, like, I'm sorry, but this is
like, you can't like, it's just, it's very questionable. Like the kid doesn't, like, it's not really like more than likely the kid saying, I'm gay. It's the parent saying, you're gay. Do you know what I mean?
Or like, or even if it's not, it's probably the kid like, yo, I kind of like all this attention. Like everybody's giving me all this positive feedback. Like I'm gonna just twirl some more. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's not, you know what I mean? That's not the wave.
That as a gay,
give
us your opinion on this.
Now, okay, so I think it's 2 years ago now. When did I meet you for the first time, Matt? Was that 2 years ago?
That was in 2015.
Forest Hills
Three
Drive.
years ago. So on that road trip, I was in New York the same weekend as the Pride Parade. Because remember, or like it was like a impromptu one because like that was the same week that gay marriage got legalized or whatever, right?
Right.
So they were having like a parade. And my uncle who lives in New York was like, he was like, most of the like friends that I have that are gay, like say they're incredibly disappointed in the Pride parades that go on.
Mm-hmm.
Because like by the time they get to the end of that, all it turns into is all of them just being like fucking lit off the molly and fucking each other.
Yeah,
like in the streets, like not in the privacy, like you know what I mean?
Like apparently, like this dude be like this little boy be walking around dancing and like being all gay and shit, and then like there just be dudes like blowing each other in the backdrop. So like you're kind of like it's like one of those like nature versus nurture things. Like I think we all probably agree here that like you're born gay or you're born straight or whatever you are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're born to make that decision for sure.
Yeah, but like. But like you can nurture somebody into like infuse them into that sort of thing.
Yeah, that is
as
true.
Well, like I feel like probably right to some degree.
Yeah,
like if you can, especially a kid, like as a kid, I grew up. I'm sure like most of us probably did, and I was like, am I a faggot? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I had to sit there and I had to like really sit, like I had to look at some gay porn and I was like, is this gonna work here? No? Okay, cool. Like I guess like I ain't gay.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I think we've all been there.
Sure, man.
Yeah. But it worked for you.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I had the inverse experience there. I took the different path.
I feel like here's what happens. You're born, right? And before you even have a concept of anything, like a pop-up menu pops up, it's like, boom, and it's like, it shows you a nigga, shows you a bitch. And it's like, now which one of these looks more appealing to you? And it's like, I guess I chose a bitch, for example, because I ain't gay. No shit, no flame. And then so maybe some people, they just choose the guy. So it's like, you do, all I'm saying is that, I'm not going to say that, never mind.
Like the thing is, I don't think anybody chooses, especially in the past, would have chosen to be gay.
Exactly, yeah.
Knowing full well the amount of ridicule that you would gain from it.
But I think now, like, I might just, like, put out a coming out tweet because think of the cloud, dude. Like, honestly.
Zed, have you made a coming out tweet?
No.
I don't think you're out, are you? Like, are you technically out?
Not technically, no.
Like, can you come out?
It'd be
maybe when I move.
It'd be big ratings.
Hold on, are you saying you'd come? You're coming out, like, would you come out on Facebook?
Ew, I do not know about that one.
Can you make your relationship status gay? Can you do that?
I don't think so.
No, you can make your sexual
you can have like
preference, right?
there's an interested in like thing, yeah.
That's
like one of the first features they ever added to Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever watched The Social Network, but
I have.
They it's one of the first things they did.
I do remember Andrew Garfield's girlfriend getting quite upset with him because he was the founder of Facebook and didn't know how to change his relationship status.
Solid
and
points.
Then she lit his house on fire. If he had just paid attention to her eyes from the get-go, he would have known she was crazy.
Absolutely.
Never.
So we're all on Desmond's side here, right? Like,
what do you mean on Desmond's side?
Like, it's not his fault that his parents are absolute horrible people and should be charged with child abuse, right?
I mean, I don't know that situation. All I'm saying is that maybe don't have a 10-year-old in the front of your gay pride march.
So are you blaming the gays as a whole, or are you because I'm blaming his parents?
It could be either or, honestly. Because maybe his parents, like, were just like, listen, you ain't going to be no faggot in my house or some shit.
Jesus.
And then the kid was like, but what if I do, like, I kind of like Eric from school. And they're just like, no, look here, look, listen. Sucking dick does not fucking stop it.
I think it was probably his parents saying, you're gay, you're gay. You're gay. You like boys. You like dressing up like a woman. You like doing this, that, and the other. For the clout coin is what they did it for as well. And then, like, he was like, Sure. Okay. I mean, like Santa's real, Tooth Fairy. I'm gay. All these fairy tales.
Like I see both sides like Chanel.
I hate you.
So on a similar note,
wait, did your parents tell you were gay?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Definitely a nature thing for you then.
Yeah.
Interesting. So are we all going to? Can we all agree to call child services on his parents?
No.
I don't know.
I believe this is abuse.
If it is abuse, then it is abuse. If it's not abuse, then it's not.
If he dies, he dies.
Daddy 05. Anyways,
I was gonna say, have you guys heard about the man who was let off by a judge for statutory rape of a 12-year-old because, quote, she looked 16?
Did she?
I don't know.
They didn't show pictures.
Released a photograph.
All right, so like here's the story, and then you give me what you think here, okay? So homeboy hops in an Uber, and is surrounded by some honeys. He's 19 at the time. The honeys tell him, "Hey, we 17," and he's like, "Dope," and then he fucks one of them. Okay, turns out she's 12. Homeboy goes to court for it, and then the judge is like. And then the judge looks at a picture of her. He's just like, she do look like at least 16. All right, you're good. What do you think about this? Because in my opinion, like I know girls these days are looking older and older, but I cannot believe that a 12-year-old convinced somebody that they were 17. I don't believe that for a second.
He might have been. Just like he thought he was gonna get away with fucking a 12-year-old.
Or not even that. I bet he was just like, I could use some pussy right about now. And frankly, she said she was 17. Fuck it, that's good enough. She looked young, but it's whatever. I'm gonna go for it. And he just wanted some pussy, and got some.
So I'm sorry. Was it okay even if she was like? It wouldn't have been okay if she was 16. Like
well,
either way,
depending on the state. Because some states, the lowest age of consent is like 15, maybe.
Well, because like she told him that she was 17, about to turn 18. Apparently, she looks 16, but she's actually 12. I don't know.
Ages here. I don't know if you can follow.
But like, it's just I don't know. Like you can't.
Like Chris, like you're on Tinder, right? You've been around the block here.
I'm just like, I just think that like if there's, because I believe it in photos, because like you'll see bitches on Instagram and shit all the time that are like, damn, like who,
like Timmy Thick,
right? Hit my line, bro. We're going to the gay pride month. Jesus Christ. Anyways,
the one in DC is happening right now.
Anyways, so like on Instagram, I fully believe it. Like I can believe you like slide into a girl's DMs not knowing she was like fucking 12 or 14 or some shit. The angles, the editing, the makeup, I believe it, right? But live and in person, I just don't buy the fact that you look at a 12-year-old girl and you do the mental gymnastics to be like, she looks 17 going on 18. I don't know. Riff rat, street rat, I don't buy that personally. Aladdin's a good movie.
Do I?
Now I have a question. Okay. Now shout out to the homeboys named Reddit for this one. If you could add one oh my god, I can't say this word. Eligibility requirement to become president of the United States, what would you choose?
Huh?
They have to have this one thing to become president.
Dragon energy.
That's my only thing is I don't think they've developed a scientifically sound way to measure dragon energy in one person.
It's more like a key,
right?
Like sensor.
Fair enough.
Like I can sense that you have no dragon energy,
right? Which is why I excluded, which I appreciate.
We had to have somebody who was a host, so that everyone still knew that the host was a thing.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense if all three of us were in it at the same time. It wouldn't be clear at all.
Next question. I think they should have to have gotten global elite in Counter-Strike. You know, I honestly can't think of anything.
People are saying like a psychological / mental health evaluation. I feel like that's
oh Jesus.
You know, somebody also says they shouldn't be allowed to take any corporate campaign contributions.
That's not adding a requirement. That's taking something away from them, isn't it?
I mean,
it's a requirement that you don't.
Yeah, like half full, half empty looking ass.
I don't know. That'd probably be a good one, but at the same time, then like we'd only have people running for president like Obama. Or not Obama, sorry, like Trump.
Yeah, that could fund their own shit. There's, how about take a simple civics test, similar to what an 11th grader would have as a final in a civics class.
I think that'd be very easy.
There it is.
I don't know.
I thought that would have been more interesting, but I guess it's not.
No, it's not. I just can't think of anything that like I think everyone should be able to pass the citizenship test.
I don't know if I can. I'm gonna be real with you, Chief.
None of us could. I'd bet.
Because I remember,
I'm pretty sure you have to like list off like the constitutional amendments. And
yeah,
shit,
like I think it was in like middle school. Like they were in middle school. They were doing some bullshit. It's like, yo, shout out to fucking immigrants. They got it hard out here in these streets. And then I guess one day they were like, all right, so this is the test that immigrants have to take to become citizens in this country, right? And they made us all take it. And like nobody in the school got a passing grade on it. So
yeah, that shit's hard as fuck, as it should be.
Yeah,
like that's why vigilantes or whatever they're called, immigrants, like care so much more about the country more often than not than like humans, people who are born here.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they think so much more of the country than regular people, and why their first level offspring often do the same. Do you know what I mean? Obviously that isn't necessarily true with everyone, because like, for example, like with my ex-girlfriend's parents, you know, they came from like Venezuela, a collapsing nation, and this girl thought like what was it? Communism was cool, which was again the reason her parents' home nation was fucking collapsing. Is collapsing.
It's just like it just be on giggles mode, because like I see a lot of this shit on Twitter. You know what side of Twitter I'm talking about. They be like, yo, like call me a communist if you want. I don't care. I'm a communist, and it's just like,
that's a bold strategy.
It's like, have you not seen how that's panned out for every other communist nation? I don't know.
My favorite thing about that is they go like, they be like, well, they didn't do it right. And you're just like,
but that's because it can't be done right. Yeah. Do you mean to imply, however, Chris, that you don't like the idea or the picture of eating your own children out of starvation? Does that not sound fun to you?
Can't say I'm a fan, no.
Look, like, let's be honest, they're gonna be shitheads regardless. Like, what do you need them for?
Solid point. Farm. Solid point. The thing is, like, if there's communism, like niggas ain't, you know, why am I gonna roll out of bed? Frankly,
exactly.
Like,
I can hardly roll out of bed now.
Big facts.
Everything to gain.
Like
if like genuinely, like it just be, it's like I was at this Jordan Peterson event today, and he was basically saying like the difference between like households where everyone sort of like agrees on like a mutual thing, like we're all gonna go, like we're all like we have a path we're trying to go on, and everyone works towards going to that path.
Right.
The mom, like this is just an example, but like the dad, like everyone wants the family to be more rich.
Yeah.
So the dad goes to work every day and he does what he's meant to do or whatever, right? The mom takes care of the home, makes sure like the home is cool for when the dad comes home because he's just worked a stressful day at work. And the kids go to school and do what they're supposed to do and do their chores so that when the dad comes home from work, and shit, that he doesn't have to stress about whether or not they went to school and did their shit.
Right.
And everyone's on this mutually agreed upon path. And if everyone's like all in it together, then it's much easier than for like a tyrannical patriarchy type of situation that some families might have, where like the dad is laying down the law every night and shit. Where it, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like basically like they set up these two families on the same path. The family that doesn't have all this, like doesn't have to waste energy on forceful like entanglement, doesn't have to worry as much, and succeeds faster.
Yeah.
It'd be like that. It's that same issue with communism, because people were not meant to be communist.
Right.
It's not in our nature. Like, people worry about themselves before they worry about anything else. They worry about their immediate family before they worry about their community, and their community before their and it's
like
nation.
In a perfect world, would it be great if just like everybody was just fucking equal and we can live carefree and do whatever the fuck we want? Sure. But this ain't a perfect world, nigga. Like, people have to do shit. They have to create shit. They have to have a reason to get up out of bed and fucking do their shit, right? Because, frankly, let's face it, we wouldn't be having all this technology and bullshit and make all these technological advancements if it wasn't for a nigga in capitalism. That's what I'm saying.
Shout out capitalism. That's why they also have brain drain in a lot of countries. I don't know if you've heard of this, but because we pay more, like, because like doctors and shit are socialists, or like, you know, like medicine, there's socialized medicine in like Canada.
Yeah.
A lot of people go through Canada's like school system where it's free to get like school, or it's much cheaper and shit like that because the government helps you, and they're like, fuck this, and they go to fucking America where they can actually make money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like a legitimate economic term. It's called brain drain. I took an economics class, or
and
whatever my class was.
And I'm gonna keep it real with you, Chief. Do I want the fucking doctor that's like, bro, like, honestly, like, I'm kind of making a little bit more than a McDonald's employee? Or do I want the nigga that's rich as fuck, that loves coming to work every day in his goddamn Ferrari, and he's like, bet, who's getting open heart surgery today? It's about to make me a couple mil, you feel me? Like, am I gonna get raped? I mean, sure, but my heart ain't gonna be a fucking pig's heart at the end of the day. That's what I'm saying.
Like, the thing is, like, particularly with socialized healthcare, like, everybody's always like, well, Canada has it, like, why can't we be like Canada? And it's like, yeah, but also, like, if you like fucking, if your arm gets chopped off in an accident and you go to the ER, it's like a 9-hour wait. So, you know, like,
they might send you away and inhale you when you can come back.
Exactly. Like, it's just like, or they have, like, this isn't an official term, but they have what are called death panels, where like basically, like, if your family member has cancer, like somebody has like stage 3 or something, you know, like stomach cancer or whatever, you have to go in front of this panel and they'll be like, yeah, like, we could fix that, but like the treatment's experimental and we don't really know if it's going to work. It's going to cost a lot of money, so go fuck yourself. And you don't get treatment.
Like,
because they can't pay for it.
Again,
like,
just like communism is the idea of like universal healthcare. Like, I get to wake up tomorrow, I'm like, my knee kind of hurts because my knee's been hurting for the past couple days, and be like, you know, I'll just go to the doctor, whatever, see if there's anything serious, and if there's not, then cool. If there is, then like, whatever. How do we work on this, right? Is that like ideal in a perfect world? Sure, but again, shit don't work like that. So
it doesn't. I had to have a meeting with my, like, in my Chinese class, we all have like a partner for like these like language exchange assignments. And so I met with her, quote unquote, today, because it's like an online like Skype thing that they give us. And her name is like Bussolini Mugellini, like Akanamwami or some bullshit. I'm like, how do you say your name? And she said, you can just call me B. I'm like, dope. Busananjani was a negative. And she's like, oi, mate. Like, she's like British, you know?
Sure.
But like, she said, like, in our email when I was trying to set up the time, she was like, oh, you know, we should talk about like videography and shit too. I was like, oh. She's into videography and shit. So anyway, so we go through the work and shit. And then she was like, do you have like a dedicated microphone? Because I guess she could tell by my sweet fucking audio. And she was like, I was like, yeah, I'll do like a podcast or whatever. She's like, oh, really? Like, what is it called? I was like, well, it's a bit of a secret.
Really not trying to get.
Dude, I love that shit.
Really not trying to get kicked out of your classes. You know, she finds the podcast. She's like, Bet you're canceled. Hit up your school, everybody you ever worked for. You know,
I actually didn't think about that. I probably should have.
Yeah.
I told her what it was. So. But like, she seemed really cool.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then she told me like she played Fortnite and she plays League and shit. So like, and she's also not from America. And people not from America tend to like not care as much as Americans do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like Chinese people, apparently, from what I've heard, will just be like, that bitch is fucking ugly. And that bitch will be in the group that they're talking, like she's right there. They'll be like, look at her horse teeth. And she's like, you know what I mean? She's like, Jesus. You're like, not to mention how fucking fat and bloated you are. Are you on your period, whore? Like, they're apparently quite brutal. So, now I don't know if that's true with English people, but I don't know. This girl seemed to be okay. So I was like, and I wasn't thinking clearly, apparently. So
Yeah.
I gave her I told her what the podcast was. So like, then I left to go hang out with Daniel and go to this Jordan Peterson thing. And I get a text and like, I was like, you know, if I told her, I was like, look, the podcast can be fairly vulgar. You know what I mean? And I was like, you know, like we say some things, but you have to understand it's a show. It's like, this isn't actually like some of the shit that I say on here isn't necessarily what I actually believe and what I think. And so I tried to buffer
Soften the blow.
Yes. So then she like, I was like, well, I'll know that you didn't appreciate the show if I find out I have a new lab partner next week or whatever. So then she like texted me like when I was on my way through to the thing, and she was like, also I started listening to your podcast. I eased myself in with the caught masturbating one.
Sure.
It's pretty hilarious. Cross my heart. That's what she said. I was like, well, I'm glad it didn't ruin your perception of me. She's like, lol, no, definitely didn't. If anything, you got more clout points for being funny. So, yet another female fan in the books, perhaps.
Hopefully she'll become a patron here soon. You need to pitch that to her next time you're talking about Donkoi or whatever the fuck you guys do in your Chinese class.
You funny, man. I fucks with you though. You funny. So yeah, that's interesting.
How was the Jordan Peterson thing, man?
It was really cool. Like, he taught me how to clean my room. Called me
Sure.
Bucko.
Sure.
I guess
Oh,
he was talking
okay.
to everyone.
You know what I'm
Oops.
saying?
Sure.
But it felt like he was calling you Bucko, and that's what's important.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like I had a Canadian papa that, you know, saying, listen, Bucko, you got to clean your room. Eh? And I was like, yeah, you right, Dad.
Tosan, the dad I never had.
Do you guys watch Jordan Peterson shit?
Nah.
Not very regularly, no.
I've seen like only the couple of videos that you've showed me.
Did you clean your room?
No.
How do you plan to further your life, Zed, if your own
I don't.
domain is not in working order?
That's a good question.
Now, have you ever considered following the 12 rules for life as stated by Jordan B. Peterson?
I have not.
Either of you? I'm going to lay out the 12 rules for life as stated by Jordan B. Peterson.
Okay.
And I think it might be helpful if we all start abiding by them. What do you guys think? I guess we'll decide
Yeah.
after
I was
we've
gonna
read
say,
them.
yeah.
Okay. Everyone, prepare
me.
yourself. Ready? Number
Yeah.
one, stand up straight with your shoulders back and take on the world courageously. Right? Saying be a man.
Right.
And I think he said faggot afterward, but don't quote me. Then number two is treat yourself like someone you are responsible for helping.
Okay.
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 You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's helpful. Because like if you're like when you're trying to help somebody, you're trying to help them so you help progress them. But you don't necessarily treat yourself like that all the time.
I feel you.
It's
Fair
like
enough.
more often than not, maybe you put yourself to the wayside instead. Number three, make friends with people who want the best for you. That's us.
Okay.
You got that one. Number four, compare yourself to who you were yesterday and not to someone who someone else is today.
Okay.
I like that one. I like that one.
All right.
Number 5, do not let your children do anything that makes you dislike them. Talking to you, Papa Zed. Now, like, the reason he says this is like, I don't remember the exact thing, and I haven't read the book. So, like, basically, like, if they do shit that makes you dislike them, then they're probably doing shit that makes other people dislike them. And if that's the case, then they become anti-socialized and like not be able to like function correctly in society and shit, which is gonna be bad for you,
right?
And you're like,
see, the way I treat it is like, because by the time I have kids, I think what the landscape of America will be is gonna be vastly different, right? Like, I think by the time I have kids, the landscape in America, it's gonna be like, you can return your kid. Like, you just go to the hospital and be like, look, this ain't working out.
If that's the case, then like you're good. Like, then they couldn't, if they do something that makes you dislike them, you just return them.
Exactly.
Put them back in the incubator.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right. So it's like, you know, if my, you know, I buy a brand new PC part or something like that, maybe the part is a little louder than I'd like. Maybe I'm trying to sleep and the little fucker just won't shut up and I think about stopping it. You know, maybe I just return it instead.
Right. We've all been there.
Number 6, set your house in perfect order before you criticize the world. It means clean your room before you go around trying to criticize the world. Pursue what is meaningful, not what is expedient. Y'all feel that one?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you don't want to like pursue what's like your first, like, you know, carnal desire, like shit, you know, you gotta like, you want to set a goal that's a meaningful goal so that you can like work towards it. Like, for example, like this podcast, we want to get to like have a certain amount of money, get a certain amount of subscribers and shit. It's a meaningful goal. So we're all working towards it. Right. And we all do stuff. We all think about what we got to do for this show. We're like, whatever you guys do in your miserable lives. Like Zed, you have a meaningful goal, and that's to get here. So you've been working hard to get your bullshit here. Chris, you have your meaningful goal to bring your subscriber count up to 100,000 subscribers so you can get the silver plaque. Wait, that's me. So there it is. Number 8, tell the truth, or at least don't lie.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, Chief.
Wow. Okay.
A lie never hurt nobody, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure.
Yikes. I can think of about 12. Never mind. Assume that the person you are listening to right now, assume that the person you're listening to might know something you don't.
No.
Jesus, man. Okay, I think that's a pretty important one. I think it makes you a much better conversationalist, if nothing else. Number 10, be precise in your speech. See what I'm saying? Because if you call somebody a faggot when you meant to call them gay, like that could cause an issue.
That could cause an issue.
Number 11, do not bother your children, do not bother children when they are skateboarding. What he means to say is like, you know, like people be like, don't skateboard, you're gonna fucking like break your neck,
right?
And shit, right? He's saying don't do that because like children are capable, humans are capable of like doing shit. And you should let them fucking like figure out where their place is in the world and what they can do, and not like stop them from like you basically saying you can't keep them safe by stopping them from doing shit.
Right.
Like the way I was interpreting that is like you've got to allow someone to make mistakes in order for them to learn from them.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
To a certain degree. Like you fall off your skateboard 3 times in a row and you're like, all right, don't fuck with that. You know,
or maybe you do, and you work through.
Yeah.
And number 12, pet a cat when you encounter one on the street.
I ain't helping no homeless
nigga. I still don't understand this one.
I think that means like if you come across.
You
across,
might be right with the homeless person.
Yeah, like if you come across somebody that needs help them or some shit. Or if you know, I don't know. That's what I think it is.
I like that. Yo, you're real metaphorical and shit. Is that because you're a rapper?
Could be.
Did you get that one too, Zed?
No, not even a little.
Okay. Because I was like, I mean, like cats don't even let you pet them. Anyway, you know what I mean?
The 12 lives of life or some shit.
Yeah, 12 rules of life. We all following these from now on. I'm cleaning my room within like Zed won't come here and see my room dirty.
Damn.
Zed's gonna have to get over it.
Well, unfortunate. To all the people watching, clean your room, bucko.
Yeah.
And
I
watch
co-sign
Jordan Peterson's shit. Cause like he be saying shit and it's like, damn, like that's basic as shit. But it's profound in its basicness.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
In its simplicity even.
You good?
What's up, Info? You good? I'm great. The next day to ask you for something.
Appreciate y'all. Check out our sponsor, 12 Rules for Life by Jordan B. Peterson. You can find it on audibletrial.com/secret podcast. Definitely recommend reading it. And by that, I mean listening to it. Jesus Christ, Chris. You don't look human right now. Anyway, thanks for watching the Even More Secret Podcast, episode 10. We'll see you next week with episode 11.